So we have Rebecca Jenkins with us today from TMNG team. I call her Bex though, but she's totally an amazing person, an amazing member of the team, and she's here with us to talk about the TMNG project. We're talking about the Metal Network Global project. That's what we're going to be talking about in this interview. I'm going to be hearing from her directly. So, Rebecca, kindly introduce yourself to the audience.
Yeah, Centrales, thank you so much for having me on your channel. And of course, it's always fun to talk to influencers and crypto thought leaders in the space because we're still early. We're still early in crypto. We're still early in this technology. And I think that it's great that TMN Global has the opportunity to now get our name out there. But a little bit about me as a person. I am originally from Florida in the United States. Currently, I'm based in Berlin, Germany. I live in Berlin, but TMN Global is based in Switzerland. And my whole story of how I came from the USA to now being here is a story that's way too long, probably, for this interview today. But essentially, I met somebody in Las Vegas who is now my life partner and business partner, Faridun Guven. He's the I would say the visionary behind TMN Global. He came up with this idea to
All
combine the blockchain with these rare earth metals and technology metals. And so because of him, that's why I'm here. He speaks German and Turkish. And so since 2019, I've learned German since coming here at the end of 2019. So I speak English and German, and I'm learning some Turkish, learning some other languages. Learned a little bit of Italian. Now I'm learning Chinese as well.
amazing, amazing.
Yeah, but actually, I before blockchain, I was in the tennis industry for over 20 years. I was in
Well,
2018. I was the under 30 national tennis coach of the year for the USPTA. And then I had a
amazing.
huge life career change where I was like, I don't want to be a tennis coach for the rest of my life. I need to get other skills and I need to get into business. I want to be a business lady. I want to build businesses. I feel like I'm an entrepreneur. My parents are entrepreneurs. They have a real estate company in Florida. So when I met Faridun in Las Vegas, I had already kind of started my entrepreneurial journey of transitioning from tennis into digital marketing, and I was really curious about cryptocurrencies and blockchain technology. And so when Faridun's like, "Let's start this company together in Switzerland," I was like, "Bet, I'm all for something like that." So yeah.
Right, right. That's totally amazing. Totally amazing. I know TMNG is an amazing project, probably the best I've come across in recent times, providing global access to tangible assets via blockchain. Can you tell us about the Metal Network Global? Tell us about the what really brought about this? What's the mission? What's the mission you're trying to accomplish?
Yeah, so the original, like I said, Faridun Guven, he came up with this idea. He had a really
Right.
long time friend, Hubert
Oh,
Bloom. And Hubert Bloom, I've nicknamed him the Metal Man because
right.
he has this company called EMHAG, and they have been working with trading metals traditionally in Switzerland and Germany and these German-speaking countries for the last couple decades. So they've developed a reputation, and now they're actually the market leader of commodities trading in Europe. And so the mission behind TMN Global was to make these rare earth metals, these technology metals, more accessible worldwide. So before TMN Global, it was like a small amount of investors were able to get their hands on these metals and actually invest in them. And a lot of younger people don't know anything about rare earth metals or technology metals, although we use them every single day. Rare earth metals are in our phones, they're in all of these microchips that we have in our mobile
Right.
devices, they're
Right.
in the internet, they're in green energy products. And like to have the access to be able to profit off the things you use every day, like that's a pretty cool concept. So that's our
Right,
mission.
right. Yeah, I love that because, people are not aware, but it's something I think BlackRock is trying to delve into right now in the cryptocurrency space. So
Hmm.
it's one of the reasons why I think TMNG is amazing because it's basically the first of its kind. And I think in the coming, I don't know, months or years, we're going to see a lot of projects like this. So it's always good to, get in first, to be a pioneer. There's always this, this head start pioneers have basically. And generally I just love the whole concept. And people have not come to understand in the crypto space that, you know, that was an era of, meme coins, an era of it was an era of gaming coins, an era of Web3. The common era I see right now in the cryptocurrency space is going to be the rare earth metals. I think that's the common era very soon, and this is basically a strategic time to get in on this for any cryptocurrency enthusiast out there. So something I would really love to know is at what point do you think you can say you've accomplished the TMNG mission?
I think honestly, we're kind of in the thick of it. Like we're in the middle of accomplishing like the mission that we set out to do, and that is to give people worldwide access to actually buying rare earth metals and technology metals. We have the first listing on MEXC that happened in December 2023, so just last year. And then last week, well, now it's as when we're recording this, it's June 21st, but on June 11th, or I guess it was like about a week ago, we got listed on our first DEX. So CrowdSwap, TMNG is listed on the DEX CrowdSwap, which we know with decentralized finance makes it much easier for people all over the world to get in and trade with crypto. And so that was a huge milestone for us because even though we were listed on MEXC before, there was still restrictive to certain countries around the world. So now that we're on the DEX, it's like removed a lot of barriers for people to get in and get that TMNG. And our TMN Global Shop is active. It's functional. People are buying their metals, and so we have this ecosystem. We have this platform that works. We have this,
Right,
um, this project that is actually functional. The metals that we're adding metals every single month. And that was our mission, was to give people access to investing long term, because really it's a way to diversify your portfolio. People know about gold and silver because the banks trade with gold and silver, but the banks don't trade with indium or gallium or germanium or some of these metals that we use in our mobile devices or in green energy
right,
products.
right.
So we've achieved our mission, but now we're taking it to the next level. I think that's kind of where we're at.
Okay, okay, okay. That's totally amazing. So basically, we're trying to we're basically giving access to the world to have easy access to trading rare earth metals
Hmm.
via blockchain, basically. So like you said before, something I really find particularly interesting is the fact that TMNG is registered in Switzerland, which is basically one of the best when it comes to finance. And I I I
Switzerland,
basically
my background.
uh, right, right. I therefore have this notion of security when I hear that. I have this notion of security. And during when I was doing a background check on TMNG, I found out about EREA, which is the blockchain firm overseeing the TMNG global project, the platform, and the native token TMNG itself. So I just need you to elaborate on this. The whole body overseeing this EREA. The security behind this project. Basically, can you just give us elaborate on this? Can you just elaborate a
Oh,
little on this?
yeah. So Aria World AG is the registered name, like the managing company over TMN Global. And so like Aria
Okay.
World AG and TMN Global are like married, like they're one. Like so It's just like it's, how Alphabet is the technical name for Google. A lot of people don't know that. Like if you go and you will
Right,
buy stock for Google, you have to buy Alphabet stock. So that's kind of
right,
similar to what we have. So Aria World AG is the managing company that is regulated in Zug, Switzerland. And so TMN Global, through the Aria World AG managing company, is regulated with the VQF. And so this is the hardest jurisdiction in the world to get regulated right now in Switzerland. It is unbelievable. It took us 10 months to get regulation. So, I mean, we take this very seriously. We have to, because you cannot be a virtual asset service provider, can't be offering these digital assets in Switzerland if you don't have some kind of regulation, like, and fundraising and doing all these things. It just does not work. Maybe in the Bahamas, maybe in like these some of these islands,
Barbados or something, or
or
yeah,
Kazakhstan, or like some of these countries.
Cayman Islands and all that.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they allow people to get regulation, but it's not the same like not all regulation is created equal. Like
right,
regulation in Switzerland is completely different from regulation in Dubai, or like regulation,
right,
somewhere.
right. I
Um,
agree.
because regulation in Switzerland means every year we have to get an audit. Like we are audited by the government, and we have to show that we are not money laundering. Like we are not doing criminal activity with the money that's coming into the platform. We are not bringing on criminals or supporting human trafficking, or
Right,
whatever the bad guys in crypto are doing. Um,
right,
and and the word that's important for this, and the word that investors need to be thinking about when they're putting their money into certain projects, like serious projects, is accountability. Who is keeping the founders and the people running these projects accountable for their actions, the decisions they're making, not only for the company, but for you as an investor? Like that's a really big question mark you need to have as you're looking to invest in different assets, digital assets, or even traditional assets. Who is
right,
keeping the people in charge accountable to make sure they're not going to run away with your money, buy
right.
Lamborghini, do something, irresponsible?
Right, right. Right. I think that's totally great. And just to buttress your point, remember when you guys had um your auditing this year? I think I was already on board at the time, and the whole process made me feel totally safe with your team. And I agree, that's something that is totally important when you talk about security, because we all know that most projects in the crypto space, a great percentage of them are just basically money grabbing projects. They're just basically scams. Many of these guys just create some, shit coins and go off to Dubai to live the life, and just get some Lamborghini, like you said, and some Ferraris, and do a bunch of videos on YouTube about expensive lifestyles and all that.
On
So I
the
think it's
yacht,
totally
on
great.
the yacht with champagne and all like the pretty
Right,
girls dancing.
right,
We've all
right,
seen the videos. We've all seen them. Yeah.
right. We've all seen that. So I think this is totally great, and TMNG is an absolutely interesting project, no doubt. So tell me, why should the enthusiasts come on board? Why should they come on board?
Why should investors come on board, like new people?
Yes, exactly.
That's a great question because, and it's a very important question. Why TMNG? Why rare earth metals? Well, the
Right,
number one reason is that we are the only, like, we are pioneering in the industry. No one else is offering access to
right,
rare earth metals and technology metals, period. We have no competition, zero.
right,
And it's
right,
very difficult to, like, the barrier to entry for even someone to come and start competing with us. The barrier to entry into the industry of rare earth metals is extremely difficult. Like I said, we are partnered with the market leader in Europe. They have the contracts with China and all over the world, who are having the mines to produce these metals, or to provide these metals in an ethical way. There's a lot of unethical ways of mining rare earth metals and technology metals, and we have them mined in an ethical way because, again, there's accountability. The second reason
right,
why you should care and why you should be on board right now, specifically why in June or why in July, as opposed to like, 6 months from now or 3 months from now. We just did a strategic partnership with a company called Stars, and Stars has a partnership with Sport Eins. Sport
Right.
Eins is like in America we call it it's like the ESPN of the German speaking countries. So
Right.
it's major sports channel on television that broadcasts about the big sports shows. We just got a
Right.
$2 million budget to run commercials this summer.
Right.
This is right around the corner. Like this is happening, like 100% done deal. 2 million euro budget to start running commercials for TMN Global on TV,
All
on
right.
European television.
Okay.
So that's a really big deal. That's a lot of exposure. In addition to that, we are also just getting a lot. We're doing a huge marketing campaign, more than we've ever done in the past. In the past, we've been focusing on regulation and on building the platform, but now it's go time. Like now is really the time to bring on the big influencers. And we have a really big strategic partner coming in who also is a market leader in solar panel manufacturing. And we are doing the negotiations. It's right around the corner for a really big deal to come in where someone's going to start buying metals for their solar panel manufacturing plant. And that is a big deal because if someone needs to buy metals, if they're buying several kilograms or whatever for their company, then they have to buy TMNG first. And what if
Right.
somebody buying massive amounts of metals and they have to buy TMNG first? What's going to happen with the price of TMNG?
It's
Good,
definitely gonna swell.
good things.
Definitely gonna swell.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say it is TMNG summer is hot, hot, hot. It is heating up. And
Right.
it's much better to get in now at the beginning of the summer as opposed to like later this year, because I truly believe wholeheartedly that this summer is going to be like the key to really bring TMNG to the masses like never before. So it's
Yeah.
really important that you're watching this video on Crypto Centralis's YouTube channel or Telegram or wherever you're watching this from, because now it's really go time.
This is totally amazing because I always try to, like, in this interview I really just try to be totally neutral. But if you could hear from my comments along the way, I couldn't really help it, but just say my mind a little because I really love TMNG so much because it's a totally amazing project. And as an individual, I always preach that investors should think long term. Long term, that's always what I advise. I mean, technically, if you can't wait long term, there's really no point investing. That means you don't believe in the project. So I always advise long term. So on your part, what would you advise TMNG holders or potential holders? What would you advise them?
I would definitely advise them to get some TMNG first of all. If they have the budget to get TMNG and then go ahead and get metals as well, you can swap right away to get metals. A lot of the metals are, I would say they're on sale. They're down. So they were up by a lot in the last year and they felt the price fell. So right now it's the best time to buy the dip for the metals. And then also TMNG buying it before all of these marketing actions take place. So I mean, of course, you like this is not financial advice. Like, I'm not your financial advisor. You
Right,
are the champion of your finances and you have full control over what you
right,
do with your money. However,
right,
I will say if you're seriously considering getting involved in this project, get the TMNG before before these huge marketing actions. Definitely get involved in the Telegram chat, like join the Telegram chat. TMNG post we are posting every single day, like updates on like the marketing campaign, how things are going, so you can kind of like understand where we're at. And then you can You could buy TMNG now and wait for the price to go up after the marketing campaign like is a little bit further along. Of course, there's no guarantee. Again, no guarantee the price is going to go up. I'm just saying, like in my mind, it's like when there's a huge marketing campaign, there's all of these things happening. It's very
Yes.
optimistic. Like it looks
Yeah.
really good to
Right.
the price going in a positive performance this summer and later this year. And then
Right.
with the winnings that you get if the price goes up from now till the end of the year, then you can swap that to metals
Right.
and then hold long term. Because I'm
Right.
telling you, you look at like Nvidia is all over the news right now because they create
Right.
microchips.
Right.
But we source the metals for all of the tech companies. So regardless of which tech company you like, you could get our metals, and all of those tech companies need rare earth metals, and all those
Right.
tech companies need technology metals. So if you think long term and think about how there's a technological boom happening right now, you can buy metals, invest in metals, the technology metals, rare earth metals that are used for this boom that we're experiencing with AI, with robotics, with blockchain. And you can hold that for the next 5 years, 5 to 10 years or longer, and you'll see over time how there's proven price performance for the metals. Just like
Right.
we've seen proven price performance with Bitcoin, there's also like a track record with these metals.
Right.
So in the chat, we could talk more about it, like, and you can ask your questions, but that's just my 2 cents.
Right. Right. That's totally amazing. That's a great advice. That's totally honest. And something I see that when I looked through the roadmap of the TMNG project, I noticed that y'all have accomplished virtually everything on the list. Virtually everything I've been accomplished, basically. Even in record time, actually, and that was super impressive. But then, can you briefly tell us about more things in the works? More listings. What we could really expect from now. More things we could expect from now. I know, yeah, you've talked about marketing, you've talked about, more partnerships, more listings and all that. But is there anything, yeah, you talked about the TV marketing as well, which I think is totally, totally, totally amazing. But like, is there anything else, that we could expect, something more, something different apart from marketing? Is there anything like something up the sleeve to expect?
Absolutely. And actually, our roadmap Our roadmap is on our website, tmn-global.com. If you want to check it out, you can see what Centralis was just saying, like a lot of the milestones we've already accomplished. Excuse me. And in the future, we do have much more than just marketing. We have a roadmap, like an actual technical roadmap, like a plan for how the project is going to develop. The next thing in quarter 3, we're going to get listed on a top tier, I would say like a top 10 exchange. So we already have our first listing on Mexi, and then our second listing was a DEX, and the DEX is CrowdSwap.
Okay.
It just happened in June. We're
Right.
gonna get listed on a top 10 exchange in quarter 3 of this year. So it could be Kraken, it could be Coinbase, it could be one of the top 10. Choose your adventure. We're not It's not set in stone. We're not sure, and we couldn't even tell you who we're talking to because of like NDAs and stuff. But just know that
Right.
is our plan for quarter 3.
Right.
There will be another big listing that will give us a lot more reach for our
Right.
token and a lot more accessibility for people to use TMNG tokens. That's the next thing that's coming. We're in the process of building our own exchange. So already on our platform, we just integrated a swap feature. So you can trade crypto on the TMN Global platform right now. Like that is now functional. Like that is on our platform. Not only are we listed on a DEX, so we have a DEX integration with CrowdSwap on our platform. So you could essentially go on our platform, TMN Global, register, trade crypto, buy your TMNG, get your metals. Like you can do everything on the same website, which is super cool. And then we're just going to be continuing to develop that, so it actually is going to become its own exchange at some point. That's also in the works. We're working on developing that. this year. And then
Okay.
also the big, big, big thing that is probably the foundation of our ethos with rare earth metals and technology metals is that TMNG is not backed by the metals in any way. TMNG is a payment token. That means you
Okay.
buy TMNG and then you can swap it for metals. Just like you
Okay.
would use like Ethereum or something else to swap, but we are only accepting TMNG as payment. Later,
Amazing.
TMNG is going to be used as payment for like fees on the dashboard and different things. So there'll be more use cases for TMNG. So TMNG as a
Okay.
crypto will develop more use cases.
All right.
Secondly, we are going to develop an actual asset-backed token. So for hafnium, for indium, for dysprosium, for all of these metals that we have, we are going to create a token that is we're essentially tokenizing the metals. Like that is our next big step, and that is a massive statement, and it's going to take a lot of time. That'll be like in the next 5 years we'll be working on tokenizing all of the assets. There's been people who try to tokenize gold, but we will be the first and only pioneering the rare earth metals and technology metals industry. And this will create better transparency for the metals industry. If you guys know anything about like tangible assets, there's not a lot of transparency, and blockchain is really going to bridge that gap. And we are the ones to pioneer it, and we're going to be the face of doing that with blockchain.
Amazing. Totally amazing. Totally, totally amazing. Um, so what's up with the team? Can you tell me about them? How you aim to accomplish all this? How the team aims to accomplish all this?
Yeah, so our team, we have several founders on the team. We have like 5 or 6 founders that so it's I'm actually the only female on the team. Whoop whoop. Ho-
Amazing.
for the women in crypto out there.
Right, right.
And then the rest of my team, we all come excuse me, from like really different backgrounds. So
Okay.
I studied marketing and psychology, and I've had my own social media marketing company in America since 2016. And my head of IT, who's also founder, Sadat Demir, he is the architect he wrote the white paper. He is in charge of all of our IT team. And he really navigates us when it comes to like the technical side of the company. So he's extremely experienced. He's worked with other blockchain companies in the past. He's personally been invested in crypto since the early teens. I want to say like I don't want to speak for him, but like I think like the early 2017, 2016, like he's a really hardcore crypto guy.
Okay.
And then we also have the metal man, Hubert Bloom, who he has this company that's the market leader for commodities trading in Europe for the technology metals. So he has the knowledge and the contacts for the rare earth metals, the technology metals. And then Feridun Guven, he is the guy who came up with the idea for building a bridge between the traditional world of investing and this blockchain technology. And he has a really great background in sales and strategic advising of different. He's strategically been an advisor for many different companies in tech and in real estate and things like that. And then we have some other partners that are also they are also on the board. They're also a part of what we do, and everyone brings honestly everyone brings a unique background and skill set that is integral, that is very important for our success. And what's good is that we are all so different. Sometimes it's really challenging because since we're all so different, we all have our own
Yeah.
opinions, and
Right,
we can butt heads at times because
right,
we all think differently. But
right.
you need to have a team that thinks
It's
differently. Like,
dynamic, right,
yeah, you can't have a team of all IT guys, or like you'll never
right,
like get the marketing done. You can't have a
right.
team of all
Amazing.
marketing people, because if they
Right,
would want to make everything beautiful, but nothing would work, or they're
right, right.
and that's the thing. It's like you have to have people with different backgrounds, with different experience to get the
That
success.
is
Yeah.
that right, right. That's totally amazing. Truthfully, when I went through, the same as well. I also did checks on them as well, and I was totally impressed because they're full of just strictly professionals in all their fields. And Rebecca as well has an agency when it comes to marketing as well. So I think this is totally amazing. Very soon, everything would all come out. You know, everything will come out. All the works in the background would all, come out basically. And this is totally amazing. It was nice to have you on this interview session, and it was totally interesting chatting with you about the TMNG project. And I hope to see TMNG basically, literally in the moon in the next few months, few years. And you guys are doing an amazing job, and it was nice to hear about the updates straight from you directly. And I'm sure the audience will be totally satisfied with the whole information they've heard directly from a major member of the team. And it was truly an interesting session with you. And we're so glad to have you on the interview today. So nice to have you.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. It's been a great conversation, I think. And
Right.
just as like a final thought, just I encourage everyone to join our Telegram. You can probably find it. I'm sure Centralis it will be in the Crypto Centralis
Yeah. I'm
description.
gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna put that in the description as well. I'm gonna put the link to Telegram description, a link to social media. I'm gonna put there so more people could join and be kept up to date on all the happenings in the TMNG or project actually, and so they could join the discussion as well and be part of everything in real time.
Yeah, and
Do you have
let's
anything you
TMNG
want
to
to say to us?
the moon.
Right to the moon, straight to the moon.
Let's go.
All right.